On August 15, Shinjiro Koizumi, Japan's agriculture minister and a leading contender for prime minister, visited Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine. The visit coincided with the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation. Today, we look at the controversy surrounding Japanese politicians' visits to Yasukuni and the meaning of the shrine itself. Why is visiting Yasukuni Shrine a problem? Visits to Yasukuni Shrine are a contentious matter, damaging relations between Korea and Japan each year. Because the shrine honors the spirits of wartime criminals from the Second World War, politicians' visits are regarded as patriotic gestures and a means of consolidating conservative political support. Shinto, state Shinto, and the religious roots of Yasukuni. Yasukuni Shrine traces its origins to Shinto, Japan's indigenous religion. Shinto, practiced exclusively in Japan, treats ancestors and elements of nature as divine. Shrines function as sacred spaces where spirits are formally enshrined and honored within the country's spiritual tradition. Therefore, shrines have only religious significance as places where multiple deities are enshrined. And not all shrines are problematic like Yasukuni Shrine. Yasukuni Shrine became a diplomatic issue after World War II. When it was first established, Yasukuni was simply a facility to comfort the souls of fallen soldiers. But starting in 1879, it became a symbolic national establishment, and after World War II, it began to enshrine the spirits of those who lost their lives in the war. The controversy stems from the enshrinement of 14 Class A war criminals, among them former Prime Minister Hideki Tojo, a central figure in Japan's wartime leadership. In Shinto belief, souls enshrined in a shrine become one god, meaning criminals and victims of the Second World War are venerated together, a conflation many see as deeply troubling. Political implications and diplomatic repercussions. By honoring those convicted of war crimes, visits to Yasukuni Shrine are seen as glorifying Japan's wartime leaders and minimizing responsibility for the conflict. Analysts argue that such visits function as right-wing political statements, interpreted as a call to restore elements of imperialism and nationalist ideology from the country's past. Because it could worsen relations with foreign countries such as Korea, China, and the United States. Even the Japanese emperor has not visited the shrine since World War II. Nevertheless, Japanese politicians have visited Yasukuni Shrine and caused conflict with neighboring countries. Former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe also visited the shrine on the first anniversary of his inauguration in the past, only to prompt the U.S. to respond publicly that it was disappointed publicly. As such, conservative leaders have been pushing for the shrine visits to rally their supporters, while progressive prime ministers have avoided visiting and sent offerings instead. Attention now turns to how Shinjiro Koizumi's appearance at Yasukuni will shape the trajectory of future relations between Korea and Japan.